Hello, it's like I'm here to show you the Dora the Explorer and land within time coloring. As you see, is that I went ahead and drew a few of the Dora the Explorer characters. So you got the planet Earth, and then along you got the boots. But right here is I went ahead and drew. So you got the volcano with the lava, and then along with the dinosaur, and along with the land is like so far as land within time. It could be is that land that was there at one time, and then it got repoed or whatever, that it got flattened, or construction that went on. That a lot of times that happens to where new homes or businesses are put in, that the land starts to, we should say, it starts to vanish, and then the flat land, I used to say flat land, or maybe mountain area land starts to flatten, and then it goes to businesses or roads or wherever it is. But it's like nowadays is we have it to where we can do like a Google map or Google Earth search, for whatever, it's like whatever land that's still there, and what it looked like back then. But a lot of times is that you would think of is like the land within time is that the land nowadays pretty much is like the cities and states and stuff like that would pretty much look like this, to where you get the buildings right there, and along right there is like it could be a radio tower or a singular or whatever you call a tower, and along with the road right there. But you got the road, and then along right here is you got the frog. But so far as a land within time is that it's like you get to have it to where, as you think about, is if you were to do a study about what used to be there, what used to be at some certain lands, like you got the study book. It's like with the Dora character, is you got the dragon looking character, but you have it to where you got you don't see too many of them, but you get the volcano, or it could be it's like you get the tundra type land. But so far as from nearly 10 million years ago, whenever dinosaurs were living in, and it could be that 2,000 years ago, that like you say around the world, that a lot of times is that cities and states within after maybe about 5 or 10 years that they start changing. But otherwise than that, the cities and states, and maybe in a few other countries that may stay the same, like the pyramids that would be around for a few years, or maybe castles, or maybe caves or whatever you call it. But a lot of times is that if you do a study on a discovery, for the land, from like the year for whenever it's been there, but maybe about what used to be somewhere, that it could be land. Say research. It could be research, for whatever land that used to be there at some point, and it's like maybe the acres. It's like you have to say you got the how many acres, or whatever that acres, and after that, and then you have it to where you could be measured by acres or something like that. But acres, and then along with that you got the yard, for how many yard or kilometers or feet that whatever land that was around, that was around some certain lands. Like if we all ever heard that song, it's like this land is your land and this land is my land. From California to New York Island, from the Andean forest is to the Arctic island, and this land was made for you and me. But so far is for land, that the land within time is if you were to go back in time, and you could try to go back in time, any pictures or whatever you could maybe find on the internet but so far as for Google Earth or whatever you can find on the internet, so far as searching up history, is if you were to be able to download or maybe copy and paste a few photos or video clips, pictures, see your picture, slideshows or whatever of whatever land that used to rest on whatever surface. You got some parts of whatever city that there is, so far as it could be say that city maybe Chicago or whatever, that whatever land that used to be what the city or state or town or whatever used to look like back those 10 or 15 years ago. But few people probably say that hasn't changed too much, or it's maybe changed a lot. It's so far with growing of the new businesses. It's so far with growing that it seems about I don't know, every 3 years, maybe every year, that there's going to be some construction going on a service road or something like that, or maybe a new business coming in. But more is that you would probably say that you may see something new or see this pretty much the same thing. But so far as doing research, is that more most of the time is that if you were to maybe do research about it, maybe find out, it's so far is that if you were to pull out your property tax form or whatever on whatever year that something was built or something was placed, how long, it could be a landfill, or it could be junkyard, whatever, that how long it's been there, and how long it's been in service for, and maybe thinking about is that if you were to sell a property, then then find out what else would more likely be going on that land. But so far as for land, is that if you got it, it's most of the time is that you would see trees on the land. It's so far as the land within time, you got the trees, and then within maybe maybe 5 or 10 years from now, maybe in 3 months or so, that more likely that you may see a house being built on that land. And a lot of times is that you see a house being built there, and then it could be flood waters or whatever type of weather condition that can cause land damage or whatever, but earthquakes. But so far as for the land within time, is that to do good research on what used to rest on the land, maybe before you arrived on that land. More that it's some people may say that they don't bother to even take time to research that information, but more I'm sure that we probably like to know is that what used to rest there, and whatever wherever it was, it could have been that a factory or whatever it is, but whatever it is, that more that if it was good, better off that that they relocated or whatever it is. But which a lot of people will probably say that they really don't really care to know about what used to rest on their land, what used to rest on that land or whatever. But more likely you can maybe look at it as so far as for the history is say honor of who used to rest on that land, and then whatever it was, it got burnt in the fire or whatever it is. But most of the time, that I'm sure that we all would probably like to know, it's what used to be on that land before you arrived at that location. And most of the time, it's the best answer is that more is to maybe do research about it, and